Okay, so um, testing out. This is the weekly check-in, and now I'm doing. I had like an emergency meeting, whatever you want to call that, yesterday because I was kind of freaking out. Doing better today. Another Sunday with no plans, so it's just a nice little reset. I do wish I had plans, um, but we are gonna be getting things done. Spent most of today so far making playlists. Working on making a smoothie right now. I'm still figuring out the Vitamix. Um, it just starts to overheat. When it just starts to overheat when I like fill it up all the way. So I think just next time I'm just gonna have to fill it up like halfway, mix it. I've got a few things I can try, but kind of disappointing with that. I mean, I get it. Like it's just you know like that's just a mechanical limitation of probably anything. But the Ninja was a little more like reliable, I guess, in that sense. Anyways, so still happy with it. But just got to figure some things out. So yeah, today we're testing out with the Shure mic. I've had this thing for well, year and a half, maybe coming up on 2 years now. Yeah, coming up on 2 years now. So, and it literally has not been used for anything. It has not been used for one singular thing. So this is me now using it. This is what we're going to be using it for, and I don't know. We'll see. I can use it for like voiceovers and whatever. I haven't actually done. So I did my jog this morning, but I haven't actually done my stuff on the mat this morning. So I'm gonna do that after that. The main reason for that is because I haven't eaten anything in like the past 20 hours. Basically, the only thing I've really had is a latte that I made, and yeah, I got to use Justin showed me how to use the espresso machine this morning. So that was cool. I'm gonna be going to the gym later too. I have a list of things for me to do here. Laundry is drying right now. Go to the gym. Do this weekly check-in. Work on the paper. So I'll get that done today, which is pretty sweet. And then I'll probably meet with Mike like tomorrow or something. I also have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I have to fast for that. So we're really going to be on like the one meal a day type of diet. I mean, not really. I have until 2 p.m., but I have to fast tomorrow, basically. So yeah, paper. And then also I want to figure out how to torrent movies. Because I think that if I'm gonna start doing this movie night thing, which I'm trying to do movie nights on Sundays, because it's just part of my initiative to sort of, you know, my initiative to initiate and maintain with people and just sort of have I never invite people over my place. Like that's never been something that I do. Um, Even back in the high school days, it would more be like Liam's house hype question mark. And then I would say yes or no, but it wasn't, hey, do you guys want to come over today? And it's, a lot of that is just because I feel like it's like, well, what are we going to do if they come over? I don't really know. So it's like if you don't have anything to do, if there's no, if it's just like, oh, hey, do you want to come over and hang out? It's like, I don't know. Is that going to be something that I'm going to enjoy? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if anybody asked me to do that, I would like for sure say yes. And I think that most other people are the same way, but it's still like when you're crafting the invite, you sort of want there to be like a reason that you're doing it other than just hanging out. That's the way it feels to me. So the movie night is, something to where it's like, okay, let's, have people over and, we're going to hang out, but this is sort of the reason we're doing it. This is like the excuse, if you want to, call it that, to hang out. So, and just like Justin's done this in the past, and I don't know, it seemed like they had like a really fun thing going on with, like some like bingo cards that had like really funny like prompts on there. And so I don't know. He's not that psyched on it. Like he is in school right now and is like, oh, I, might not be able to do it every week. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But it is something that like this is sort of like my, I've got people going to the Madison Club, and then this week I had people going to the bars around here, which was great. But this is sort of my other like thing that can be like a mainstay, and have people come through. And if nobody comes through, that's fine, or if people do come through, that's great. Maybe a lot, maybe a little. It's just an open invite every time. Either way, it's like on Sunday I'm going to be watching a movie, and I also like the idea of that, just because it's like I'm being more intentional about like my consuming of content, instead of just like scrolling on Instagram, and that's just something that I view as something that I'd prefer not to do. And so this is just more of a preferred method of consuming content. Okay, let's keep going down the list. So figure out the torrent. Oh, because he said that, like, if you stream, first of all, like the TV in here is garbage. Like it can't even fucking play Netflix. So you basically have to connect your laptop to, that's something else, right? You basically have to connect your laptop to the TV with HDMI. And last time, or when I have been using my laptop, it's like there's been like little problems with like, it doesn't like format correctly or whatever. But the reason you want to download it through the torrent is because there might be like Wi-Fi issues, like people are on Wi-Fi, and then it's like the streaming is going to be shit. So even if that was an option, it's still like definitely a better idea to have it recorded. So yeah, we got that, and I'll do that like after the gym. I'll probably do all this laptop stuff. I'll do the paper and then the torrent, and sort of at the same time. I have do yoga ? I'm not going to do yoga today. I'll do it probably next Sunday. Hopefully Felbana can do it. Read book. I was reading my book for like, and this is the book for the book club with my mom and cousins. Probably read it for a total of maybe 3 to 4 hours yesterday, and we're like almost halfway done. It's hilarious. Like, I always sort of thought that, right? It's like I was struggling to like read books, and because I was always picking nonfiction books, and that was like, oh, like it's like I don't really want to, like, I want to have the knowledge, but I don't really want to pick up the book and read it that bad, right? So the nonfiction though, it's like the reading is so easy, it's like, or sorry, in the fiction is the reading is so easy. Like, and this is what I remember reading being like. And, when I was young, it's like because you can like sort of skip things since it's a narrative, like you can sort of skip things on the page. Like if you really want to speed read it, you can like just mainly focus on the dialogue and then like really skim like the paragraphs with like, narration, and get like the gist of it. You can get like 90% of what the book is putting out. You might miss some like really good lines in there, but to get the story, you can get it just by doing that. And it takes like, and also there's a lot more, because there's like, this sort of like the dialogue, each dialogue starts on like a new paragraph, right? So there's a lot more like white space in general on the pages. And so that, I haven't read a fiction book in, I don't even know. It would have to be since college. And especially one like this, since this one is like, I think, targeted at like a wider audience. It's called the Midnight Library. And it's just, it's just easier to read. Whereas, reading something like The Crucible might be a little harder, like A Tale of Two Cities, but still, I think he's a lot easier than like the nonfiction. And yeah, so it's so easy to read. So I'm like halfway done with it in like 3-4 hours. Whereas the nonfiction books, like I'll put 3 or 4 hours into it, and like I'm literally like 30 pages in. Like it's like I read it in like a quarter of the time, because you have to read all of it. Like you have to read like every sentence or it's really not going to make that much sense. And you can't like sort of fill in the blank. Like I feel like when you're reading a narrative, you can sort of nonfiction, like you can sort of like, skip over things, but sort of like you're fill in the blanks with that and it'll all make sense. But not the case with nonfiction. I mean, it's like reading a textbook. Like they're basically mini textbooks, and maybe not as information dense, but like pretty much there. So that has honestly made me feel pretty good about my, like what I've been learning. So read the book. Like shit, I might finish that today. And then, okay, that's pretty much it. And then the last thing I wrote on here last night, because again, I was going through it, was define the distance and what lies between you and happiness. So that's, probably not going to be able to do that, but I just felt like writing that down yesterday. So I did. The main things though are, getting the paper done, and going to the gym, of course, doing the laundry. So just setting myself up for next week. And, I sort of touched on this yesterday, but it's like, it's so annoying. Like, cause it's like, I like to have this idea of like, oh, I'm going to set myself up for next week or for tomorrow or for the rest of the day. So I'm going to like really fast get all of this stuff that I know needs to be done. And then I'll be good to do whatever I want. But then I don't know what to fill that free time with. So, and except for climbing, obviously, but climbing is going to happen regardless. So, and I guess the thing that, is most obvious to fill it with is just like going to a bar. I'm really actually happy because I found the Film Lab, which is a place that's just over by Bumbo's, the bar that we went to a couple nights ago. And it seems sick. It's like it's a bar, but also like they're showing movies, which is sick. Like that sounds like something I want to be a part of. So there's a chance I go do that tonight. Or there's also a chance I don't. Maybe that's something I save for next week. Maybe that's something I save for next week. But yeah, after I read this book too, I'm gonna start reading Berserk. And Luca came to I like Luca a lot. Which is, one of my like sort of high school friend, like sort of core high school friend group. It's their sort of like new friend group. It's one of the guys from there, but like, I'm just like, I like them. It's just, I'm not like, I'm disconnected from them because I'm not a part of their group chats or anything like that. And so like, I didn't even know he was coming. Like apparently they invited everybody, all of those guys, and they didn't even let me know about that, which is just so classic them. But all in all, feeling much better today. Let's just say that first and foremost. And yeah, feeling good about like what I've been doing in terms of like, like, I mean, literally what was it last week that I was, no. Well, yeah, it was last week that I was sick. So since last week, since like what, Wednesday or Thursday would have been the day that it started. I think it was, Wednesday or Thursday. Since that time, I have gone through all of my photos. I've done a bunch of stuff on my notes app. I've got all my lists going, and just like recording all this shit. And I've edited and uploaded every video since then that I've recorded of myself. And now I'm on to like making the playlists, and just like I've added so many songs to like my liked songs today, and I'm like making these playlists. And that's going like really well. And I also like uploaded, I have all the videos on like a SSD now, and like we're totally backed up. So yeah, things are going pretty good. And the other nice thing is that I've got like, I've still got my to buy list and I've still got my Amazon wish list, but like none of it is pressing. And I mean, most of the stuff I buy is not pressing. But none of the stuff is like, oh, I should buy this right now. Like the thing that's closest to that is like this like waterproof blanket that I want, and then like exercise bands, but like I don't need those right now. So yeah, for the next, like for the foreseeable future, like until I need to like buy the iPad, which, good, there's a chance that like my parents buy the iPad for me, until that comes around, once I actually go to school, like I'm literally just going to be saving my money. And yeah, and so now I'll be able to, have a little more, have a little more spending money for going out to bars, going out to eat, doing things like that, I want to do more of, I've been really frugal with my money. I mean, especially for like the last 2-3 weeks, like I've been really, really frugal. And, just in terms of like just always eating at home, I'm not like Justin eating like beans and rice. Like we're not living like that. We're eating good, we're eating steak, like we're eating good. We're making smoothies and stuff, but I have been, not going out, not even going to Taco Bell, which is, it's kind of sad. But Taco Bell did need to go because everything has cheese in it. And look at my face now. It's, face is looking really good. And I haven't, really had any dairy in the past, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, Robros was a bit of a bummer yesterday. I wish I could have enjoyed that more. Yeah, I may not even go to the next one. I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see how I feel. But really did not have a good time there, which was a bummer, even though I was just not in a good mood. And yeah, didn't drink any beer, didn't have any pizza. And yeah, so I haven't eaten since when I ate the chicken yesterday, when I finished that rotisserie up. So it's been a while. I'm still not like I'm kind of hungry. And so I've been waiting to eat, I've been fucking trying to make this smoothie, but we're on the second overheat. It overheats in like literally like 20 seconds or less. Whatever. So on the second overheat, after this, I'll be able to go turn it on and hopefully finish that up. And then I'm going to have my breakfast burrito, last breakfast burrito, because the breakfast burritos have cheese in it too. So yeah, following the new thing of like no cheese at home. We can't do that. If we're somewhere and people order pizza, I am in the clear to eat pizza. If I'm going out to eat and I really want some like mac and cheese with bacon, get the mac and cheese with bacon. That's all right. But as far as things that I will have in the house, we're not doing that. And I've also been really happy, about like my, I've been cooking steak, so I've been doing that more. And yeah, and so that's been going good. Yeah, and stoked to get the paper, so I got to revise and resubmit for this paper, right? And this time it's just going to go to the editor. It's not even going to go back to the reviewers because the reviewers' comments were so minor. So super stoked to, that will be published in like literally in like a month, probably, or less. So super stoked on that. And yeah, still haven't heard from any other grad schools. I'm assuming I'll start to hear from them soon, especially considering that I got the paper back. And I think this camera setup is awesome. I guess maybe I should make this 4K. And yeah, because I don't know if I can make it 4K if I'm recording it through the laptop. But yeah, I'll also, figure out the workflow for, getting photo and, getting the videos, on here. Do it, is it best to, can I import them to my phone somehow? Like, should I airdrop them to my phone, or should I upload it to YouTube from here? I don't know. And should I have these Sunday check-ins be, I mean, it'll probably still all be the same. I'm not going to upload this like separate, I don't think. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I think for now, though, we're just going to stick to like one upload a day. And yeah, and I think we should try to make a habit of like editing and uploading on the same day. So once I eat, I'll do my yoga shit. and then I'll dance.